What's up, everybody? It's your favorite sticker nerd's favorite nerd, and what do you want from me? I run out of ideas with these things. But first of all, I want to say thanks for the overwhelming positive response from the first Reprolabels set. I wasn't sure how that was going to go over, so I definitely appreciate it. So I got a few more to go over. I did Slingshot in this guy first. I tried to do it just in arm mode without breaking them into parts, but I ended up not being able to. In order to really put these stickers on effectively, I had to transform them. So with this one, you'll get a better before and after, and with Slingshot, not so much. But what are you going to do? What do you want from me? Anyway, I like this guy. I think the TFC did a really good job. You know, with like most of them have 2 paint apps on all the wings. You know, if not more. And it's I think they did a good job. But we're going to see if we can just take them up a notch. I really enjoyed the Aerial Bot stickers so far. So we'll see. Okay, so here's Skydive all stickered up. Easy. Pretty nice. Nice big yellow lightning bolt. Here's the sheets. I didn't use the ones on the tail fin again because I like the S-Dive. I don't want to cover it up. I didn't use these. They wrap around the forearm. It's just a little over the top for me, and it covers a lot of line work, and I'm kind of against that, as we know. And you know, I used enough of these to accent them, but I have some extra ones. Maybe I'll use them in the future. Maybe I won't. As far as the bot, some nice Aerial Bot symbols, badges rather, on here, and you know, some nice little accents. The Skydive here, this here. It doesn't show you where to put the Beware of Blast, but obviously I put it back here next to the jet engine. And this little bit there, and I think there's something on the there's something on the inside of the forearm, but I could be wrong. And that was. And some accents here, same thing. Now I used these yellow ones down here, and they work awesome. I put these 4 on, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm okay with them. But when you're doing yours, I would save them for last, and they don't really need them. I'm not sure if they add a whole lot to it. So if I had to do it again, I'm not sure I would put them on, but they don't bother me. And mine's always combined anyway, so they'll be, you know, most part covered up like that, and you just see that, and I do kind of like that. So I don't know. Oh, I guess you don't. Never mind, you don't see it, so disregard. But the winner of this set is all of this gets covered to make it black, which makes him a little bit more G1 accurate, and that is awesome. I love this section here, and they even give you a piece to put on the bottom, which is nice. So yeah, once again, $11, and I kind of feel the same way about this one as I did the Slingshot. I definitely think it's worth it. I think these sets really add a lot, and there's a lot of thought that's put into them, and it makes them real cohesive as a unit. Alright, and this is Slingshot, and once again, I don't know how the other one turned out because I'm doing the before on both of these before I sticker both of them up. But once again, I think it's the wings that really need some love. I love the sticker sets for the other Aerial Bots, so hopefully this will continue suit. I'd like to not have to take him out of this just because he's all set up and it's kind of posed the way I want it, but I'm sure that's doubtful. You guys actually know before I do at this point because you'll have seen the after on the other one. So let's get him stickered up and we'll take a look, and then we'll discuss price and so forth. Okay, so I definitely had to transform him, and I'm really happy. I forget how much I like these TFC Aerial Bots. I know everybody loves to hate them. It's the rage. It's all the rage. But I really do like them. I took off all these pieces, and I'll put those back together when I go to make them again. For the wings, I added the blue and red stripes and the Autobot symbols, and I put the Autobot symbols all. They're supposed to have it more centered, but I put them in this square close to the middle because I don't like to cover a whole bunch of line work. That's just my personal preference. Overall, I used most of them. I didn't use these pieces here because they go in there and it's textured in there, and I don't like putting stickers over texture. I find that they don't stick real well, and they just end up looking a mess over time. I don't know where the Rolls-Royce sticker goes, so I didn't use that. I didn't use these. They go on the back fin because I kind of like the slingshot thing there. And I didn't use these. They go on this panel here, like across the whole bit, and it just, I was on the fence. It was just a bit too much. If it didn't have, I'm still kind of torn on it. That's an awful lot of stuff. If it just was the stripe, it probably would have made its way on there. And I didn't use these. They go on the kneecaps. I just didn't feel like it was needed. And for these, I just used 2 of the Autobot Aerialbot symbols, which I think are really cool. And you have plenty if you want to add more, so that's a good thing. And I only used one of these, Decepticon things. And I couldn't really figure out where those go, so I didn't use those. But yeah, overall, it's really good. Sometimes like a lot of stuff like this, I would usually think is too much. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stickers there in that little area. But I don't feel like, a lot of times I'm worried that stuff like that looks cheesy, and I don't use it. But I don't feel like it looks bad here. I feel like it's not too much. It's not tacky. I really like the landing gear degrees bit there, and like the Aerialbot badge that they have on this set. Like, it's just really cool. My only complaint is this Autobot sticker kind of goes over this, this line panel here, which is kind of obnoxious. I would have maybe just preferred it a small one in the center of his chest. I know it wouldn't have been cartoon accurate or whatever, but I don't know. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's $11. It's pretty much exactly where I would place its value. So you're not getting a steal like you get with some of them where you're like, what, this is only $6? But you are getting what you pay for, and you're not being taken for a ride for sure. And I like these white bits here that just break up the black on his hands and forearm. Whatever. All right. I got a good skip for this one too. Wait and see. Okay, so there's TFC Superion. Each individual bot is reprolabeled and armed with the wings of Uranus set. I'm going to add the stickers to the Uranus set, and we'll go from there. I did not use an awful lot. All of this stuff here is accents for this piece, but it's all very 80s, and it's too much. It's too much. And that's basically the only thing I didn't use. A lot of the stickers are stuff for the guns. Like that energy thing there on the top, like the battery cell and all that, and I don't know. And then there's cockpit stickers, like for the panels that go on the inside of all of them. You can see there's one there that I haven't put on yet, or this one, because it goes to Silverbolts, and I have it in the box, so I haven't got to that yet. But $8.50, and it does make the guns look nice. But it's very rare that I say to pass on a reprolabel set, but this one's a pass. You get a faction symbol, throw it on the middle there, and you're good to go. And actually, the one that they gave you as like I'm guessing as like an option, it's a wee bit small. It's not hateful, but you could go a step up, I think. All right, so this is the Fans Project Dead End, and he comes with a pretty wide range of paint apps already. Thank you for being my friend so far. Already, so we're just looking to see if we can't add some accents and spruce it up a little bit. All right, this one's a tough call. This is what I didn't use. Obviously, you can only put one license plate on it. I chose Dead End. The other ones are Food for Rust, Doomed, Nihilist, whatever. And then some, like a proper license plate that I'm guessing is supposed to look kind of like Dead End, but meh. And then a bunch of G1-esque style stickers that I didn't use, and then the blinker stickers that I didn't use. And I didn't use them because I like the accents there that already come painted. I used the symbol there, this little accent inside of there, the brand logo, and then the Decepticon symbol there. I did use those two because I don't think those are too over the top. There's another one that goes on this piece, but I think that if you draw attention to this piece, you're doing yourself a disservice. And then there's a piece that goes over the texture. I skipped that as well. The side accents, and that's, I guess it's supposed to close up like that. And that's really it. And I gotta tell you, it's $4.50, so it's not hateful, but you know, it's not necessary either. It's not a super necessary set. The nice aspect of it is the faction symbols that you can buy a sheet of, and then these two symbols there, and then some of the side stuff. But at the same time, it's $4.50, so the characters are like Dead End is actually my favorite Transformer. Period. Like I always liked him. I just love his like who gives a shit attitude, and you know how he's kind of loyal to the Stunticons first, and then the Decepticon claws second. But yeah, not hateful, but you know, it's the price. The price is right. You know, it's $4.50, and you get your money's worth. But you're only getting $4.50 worth, so keep that in mind. Alright, so the last proper set I have is for Motormaster and the Fans Project Motormaster. Now, we've already seen it fail once, right? But my goal is to not have to take this guy apart. I really would like to avoid doing that. You know, he's aesthetically awesome. Really. I mean, aesthetically almost, I mean, breathtaking. Let's just be honest. But he is a pain in the to get back together. For me. Some people, and my buddy T2RX6 disagrees, but like I'll take Uranus and Hercules apart all day. Mess with them, change them back and forth, put them back together, no problem. This thing, it's like, clear the schedule. Okay, I don't have anything going on from 6 to 10, so we're going to do some Intimidator stuff during that time. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get stickered up and go from there. Okay, so that was actually extremely unpleasant, but doable. Here's the back of the trailer, and you can see I added the brake lights and then the Motormaster license plate and then a Diaclone like bumper sticker. And I did not use any of these because I feel like the red and yellow paint is fine up there. And this goes on the front cab to kind of give it that metallic look, but you know, it's just it's a fingerprint. It ends up being a fingerprint magnet, and it's a wraparound sticker, and I'm just not a fan of wraparound stickers in general. I try to avoid them. Your other options for a license plate are Road King, Dual U, Goliath, and like a proper plate. These Decepticon symbols, I'm not sure where they were intended to go, so I didn't use them. And I didn't use a lot of this G1 looking toy sticker, and I didn't do the sword. I started to, and then I ended up thinking it was pretty cheesy. So I'm going to show you, like, there's not much that comes across in the Menasor bit, but like this little Decepticon symbol there, and I'll show you how to access everything else. I used some stuff for the cab, so you just, you know, untab those, wrap them around, and knock those out. And then you can take these off, and there's a Decepticon symbol that goes on there. You can access all the good stuff for the Motormaster figure right there easily. And then the only thing that's a little difficult is the arms of Motor. It's not difficult, but the arms of Motormaster, once you got these off to put the sticker on there, unplug the shoulder bits and kind of untransform them a bit, and you can access like the bicep where there's some stickers that I added, and that's it. This set it's really not worth it. Like a clear, if you're going to keep them in Menasor mode, you know, a clear Decepticon symbol right there, and you're pretty much in service. I added that one little bit in the waist, which is kind of cool, but it's not a deal. You know, it's not a deal breaker. But if you're going to keep them in the truck mode, that's where you really get your money's worth. If you're going to keep them in robot mode, I wouldn't even say it's totally worth it. It's maybe partially worth it. You know, if you're on the fence, then go for it. But Menasor mode couldn't be less worth it, to be honest with you. Okay, I didn't think I was going to do like faction label stuff just because they're pretty self-explanatory, but there is a few that I wanted to do, and this is one of them. And the reason why I wanted to do them is because they're so awesome. You know, like this is easily one of my favorite figures of 2013. You know, we're going to throw some labels on them and just some quick down and dirty, and then we're going to get out of here. We're not going to waste too much more time. Alright, so there he is. I used 3, and if you get the sticker sheets, like the faction labels, I went with the white to kind of break it up. Because like the clear is going to be, you know, just too much purple and purple. But for the arm, the elbows, I mean the shoulders, I went with these two, and then for the chest, I went with this one. I tried a super big one for the chest, but it was too much. It was too much, and it overlapped in wrong places, and that one kind of fits square on there. So that's what I went with. And lastly is Scoria. The reason why I'm choosing this one is because, once again, this is going to be one of my favorite figures of the year. So far. I know there's a Reprolabel set for it, but I just, there's so many accents on this thing that I just don't think it's worth it. So I'm just going to add a couple faction labels. I'm going to show you where I put them, and then we'll call it a day. All right, I used a clear one on the head because I like the gold shining through. I don't know how well you can see that, and I used the third row. And for the underbelly, you know, I used this Autobot symbol there, and it's the second row because the third row is just too big. And that's it. Done.
Well, that's nice. Now you and your 5-year-old daughter both have sticker collections.
Give me a break.
Ooh, pretty stickers, Daddy.
You're not helping.